Hi everyone! Today I wanted to talk about nudity in art because YouTube has been shoving these videos in my face about people talking about their experiences drawing nude models at school, and they all seem to be talking about how awkward it is, and it just kind of seems like a negative experience to me, and it makes me feel sad. I mean, I get it. You get your clicks and your views from these hilarious stories, but here is my story and my opinion. So the first time I ever drew a nude model was in college. I was 19 years old and I was in my drawing 2 class when our professor announced that we would have a nude model in next week. Everyone started moaning and groaning and talking about how awkward it is and how they're going to be scared. But me personally, I was actually really excited. This was something that I'd only seen in movies. I mean, drawing someone naked, how often does that happen in your life? That hasn't happened to me since college, and that was a while ago. The week of the nude model came around, we drew our nude models for like a month, and it was great, and it was fun, and I loved doing it. I loved the front view, I loved the back view, booty, and overall it was just probably the funnest times I've had during my drawing classes. I mean, look at it this way. Would you rather draw a nude person in changing positions, or would you rather draw a bowl of fruit? I mean, really. I'm sure you would rather draw a naked person. The curves, the poses, it's just so much more fun than a bowl of fruit. We studied the muscle structure, we studied skeletons, and at the end of the month, I actually went home on my own and I illustrated in my own style cartoon people with their cartoon muscles and their cartoon skeletons. And it ended up being one of my favorite illustrations that I had done in quite a while. And I think over time, everyone eventually warmed up to it, but I think the initial negative reaction everyone has to drawing nude models is poopy pants. Drawing nude models is the #1 way to improve on drawing figures. If you want to draw people correctly, you're going to have to draw people naked. You can draw them with their clothes on, but you never will get the same effect of study and detail that you will when someone's naked. And what's wrong with that? Why are people so afraid of the naked human body? It really all boils down to culture. And I didn't think I was going to go this deep into the subject, but when you think about it, why are people so afraid of naked people? When it boils down to it, it just comes down to sexuality. People are afraid of naked bodies because when they think of naked bodies, all culture has taught them is to think about sex, and that's just simply not how it is. A naked body is just that. It is just your body. When it comes to Western culture, I think we are just so scared of sex that we can't even look at a naked body without being scared of it. And like I said before, I think that's sad. The naked body is the best way to learn to draw figures, and if you want to draw figures, you have to, I guess, either get over the fear that you think sex is bad, or just become more comfortable with the fact that everyone has a body that doesn't look like a model, and everyone looks different, and that's okay. Which I know is very hard to do. So when I draw naked people in my illustrations, in my 500 drawing prompts illustrations, it is never meant to be sexual. I will never post a sexual illustration on my YouTube channel. That's just the way it is. I draw naked people because they're fun to draw. I like to draw curves. You never get to draw those same curves when you put clothes on people. So how do you get used to drawing naked people or just naked people in general? I think something that really helped me get used to the idea of being naked and looking at naked people was when I studied abroad in Japan. This was after I drew my nude model, so I was already comfortable with the idea of drawing a nude model, but I myself was still kind of uncomfortable with being naked around other people. Not that I found myself in the situation of being naked often, but I have always been a little shy about that. When I studied abroad in Japan 6 years ago, my host family wanted to take me to a public hot spring. I was pretty darn worried about this because I had never been naked in front of anybody just for the heck of it. So when they brought this up on me, I was thinking, oh God, no, in my head, but I told them I would go. So I went with my grandmother and my sister, and we had so much fun. We just stripped down in the nude like it was nothing, and ever since then, I think I have felt comfortable changing in front of people or just the idea of being naked ever since then. You just have to be exposed in a non-sexual way to look at a body in a non-sexual way. And that's my story of how I became a nudist. No, I'm just joking, I'm not a nudist. Something I try to do with my nude figures is try to make them funny or silly or just a little more lighthearted so that people aren't as focused on being afraid of the fact that it's naked. Have you noticed the way I draw pubes? They just look like a swirly little flower, and I think so many people are so focused on how funny the pubes look that they kind of forget that they're looking at a naked, scary body. For YouTube, I think it's worked on my channel. But I do have to admit something. I don't think I've really studied anatomy or a nude model since college, and that's been many years. It's shameful. I don't do enough sketching as I should, which is why I bought this watercolor sketchbook, and I'm going to be doing a lot more watercolor sketches and less sketching for a finished piece because I don't do enough sketching and I'm not doing enough improvement. I think I'll probably be doing some more videos like this, where I do a loose watercolor art study and some sort of art rant related to that. So thanks for watching, draw some naked people, join a nudist colony, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much to my patrons Eve Milady and Lovewaswe for supporting me. If you would like a shout out at the end of my video, access to my sketchbook, or coloring pages, visit my Patreon to become a patron down below. Thank you so much for the support. Bye!